Good morning. What's up? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for travel. No, you're not. You're here for PNTV, Poetry's News and Twisted Views. I am on my way into therapy. I totally forgot about therapy. And it looks like I may be late because I've been sitting in this traffic for a minute. And I'm just trying to get to the red light. Probably should have went back that way. Because there's literally like no traffic coming through, and we're not moving forward either. Okay, there's traffic coming through. What is going on up here at this light? I'm like a football field away from the light. Why, though? All this... Everybody must be turning the same direction I'm turning because ain't nobody in none of the other lanes. They all just in this one lane. Everybody trying to turn towards the highway. So anyway, and we got the light. Go, go, go. Don't slow down. Go. We got the light. Keep it moving. Keep it pushing. Come on now. Let's get it. Let's get it because I'm making this light. There we go. There we go. It was red. It wasn't red. It was yellow turning red when I went through. Okay, anywho. Oh, good gracious God Almighty. I don't normally go this way to work. So I wasn't expecting the sun. Ooh, okay. Well, we got like a cast on my face and everything. So we I'm here for PNTV. It's Poetry's News and Twisted Views. I am ill prepared because I forgot I had therapy, so I'm leaving the house earlier than what I expected to because I got to go further. I got to go past my job. I got to go on the south side of Orlando for my doctor's appointment. So let's start it off with the RIPs, I guess. Rest in peace or just rest. Former Vice President Dick Cheney served 2 terms as Vice President. Passed away at age 84. I did not research what happened, how he died, how he passed. I didn't care. As I posted on my community tab, I was not very fond of the man. The memory that I have of him the most is that he shot somebody in the face with a rifle, and he was not held accountable for it. I thought that he was a horrible vice president doing a horrible presidency. So there was nothing that I had to, that I was going to like put out there for you guys. Other than, he was the father of Liz Cheney, who also is a GOP or a Republican. However, they did come together in the 2024 election to endorse Kamala Harris, which I think I told y'all before, all those Republicans that were switching over, I thought that they hurt the campaign. I really did. I thought they was this fronting. But I do know that Dick Cheney seriously dislikes the orange one. So that was legit. That was real. And that may have been the motivation behind him supporting Kamala, is the fact that he has great disdain for the orange fellow, and not necessarily because he supported her politics. But anywho, the White House, because of the disdain that they have for one another, did not even bother to honor him. Usually when a former vice president or a former president or any member of Congress passes away, they will have the country lower their flags to half-mast. It's usually half-mast for at least 3 days, if I'm not mistaken. And they did no such thing for him. They did it for Charlie Kirk, a racist, misogynist son of a bitch who wasn't even a fucking politician. They gave him the respect of lowering the flag half-mast, gave him a whole fucking military type of funeral service paid for by the United States tax dollars. But they didn't do it for the former vice president of the United States. Again, he served 8 terms. Whether I liked him or not, he still was the vice president. The news media, I don't recall seeing any on-air news media report about his passing. I happened to see it because I told y'all I be watching BBC. I be reading BBC News. That's the British paper. I saw it in the British paper that Cheney had passed away. That's where I saw it at. So it's not shocking to me when a lot of you guys came on the comment section of here at IG and said, I didn't even know he had passed. And it was like 2 or 3 days afterwards. Yeah, he passed. And nobody else is really reporting on it. Okay, y'all remember that little gif or skit or whatever they call it going around with Keke Palmer? And somebody is showing her pictures. And she said, sorry to this man, I don't know who this is. It was Dick Cheney. That's who she was looking at. And the way that she didn't know who he was or what he, like, who the fuck is he? Why are we talking about him? That's exactly how I felt that the news media did his death. Nobody cared to really talk about him. There may have been a few people here and there said, yeah, Dick Cheney died. And everybody that I saw was black folks like me who really didn't give a damn about him. And we was all just like, Dick Cheney passed. That's it. If y'all seen any other reports on him, like, giving the great details of his life, how they did John McCain, anybody did any reports on that, let me know, because I would love to see it. I'm not going to research it, but I would love to. I would see that, but I'm not going to research his life. The royal family member that was formerly known as Prince Andrew, he was booted from the royal family, the royal house, and of all his titles. I might have talked about this before. I feel like I have, but I'm not sure, so I'm talking about it again. And this was all due to his connection with the Jeffrey Epstein case, and Jeffrey Epstein being his buddy, and how he praised Jeffrey Epstein. He said nothing good but good things about him. I think he went to go visit Epstein in jail, or during his trial. He was there supporting him and, standing by his side. He really admired Jeffrey Epstein. Well, I told y'all before that Virginia Guthrie, her book was coming out, and in her book, she was naming names from the Epstein files. One of those names happened to be Prince Andrew, or the man formerly known as Prince. Yeah, it happened to be him. It's apparently she was given to him by Jeffrey Epstein as a gift, like it was a right for him to have sex with her, is what she said in her book. The family says that they are vindicated by him losing his title, his position, and his home. I think he banned from that little part of England too. I think, if I'm not mistaken. This person behind me is not paying attention because they keep riding up on me, and we not moving, sir. We going like 2 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna be late for this appointment. So, American politicians, American leaders, this is what some sense of accountability looks like. He lost his title. He lost his name. He can't even have the name any longer. Not just his first name, but his last name had to change too. He lost his money. He lost his home. He should be underneath the fucking jail. But this is the beginning of what accountability looks like. Instead of y'all protecting all these pedophiles here in the United States, starting with the fucking president. I gotta really pay attention to the person behind me, because they really not. And they call them, they say, gonna jump out into that part of traffic. Go on, jump. Go on, jump. Make it happen. No, don't pull up on me. Anywho, y'all, Miss Universe contest, that is still going on. I don't know if the orange felon is still involved with it or not, or was he Miss USA? I thought he was Miss Universe. Anyway, the Miss Universe contest was being held over in Thailand, and the contestants got up and walked the hell out. Why? Because the director of the program insulted the representative from Mexico. He called on her, asked where Mexico was at. She stood up to identify where she was at, who she was. And he said if she listened to her organization, then she's a dummy. She felt some kind of way about that. She spoke up about him calling her a dummy. He told her to shut the hell up. Not those words, those are my words, but that's basically what he said. He told her to sit down and be quiet and be respectful. Don't speak unless I call on you. Why you standing up talking to me? You being disrespectful. That's what he said to her. So she wasn't having that shit. And she decided that she was going to walk out. He called security on her. And when he called security on her, he hold up, I gotta make a move. It's gonna be right here. Thank you, sir. He called security on her. Thank you. He called security on her, and he didn't let me in. I just thanked him anyway. When he called security on her to remove her for standing up for herself, you know, because she's like, you know, this is a women's empowerment pageant. I'm not finna let you talk to me that kind of way, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to escort her ass out of the building, so all the contestants got the fuck up and walked out with her. She said, what we not gonna do? She said, what we not gonna do is disrespect me by trying to force me to respect you when you just called me out my name. Or you just called me an adjective that did not apply to who I am as a person. I'm a smart motherfucker. Okay? And so essentially what the whole thing was, he and the Mexican organization were having issues. They didn't get along. They didn't respect each other. And they had gave her instructions on what she needs to do in the pageant. And that's why he was telling her that if she listened to them, that she was a dummy. I need to get all the way over. Come on, cars. Because I need to get all the way onto the expressway. One more here. All right. There we go. All right. So, yeah. That just happened. That just happened the other day. Miss Universe pageant. I gave off a list of different race election results from November 4th, and just to add a few more, Alvin Bragg, one of the lawyers who brought charges up against the orange one, Alvin Bragg was re-elected into office again. He is again the district attorney of Manhattan. Then we had our first openly LGBTQ member, Sharice Davids, representing the 3rd District of Kansas, elected into Congress. We had one of the youngest mayors ever elected, 22-year-old African-American Jaden Williams out of Morehouse, I believe he is, was elected the mayor of Stockbridge, Georgia. Zohran named his transition team. His transition team is made up entirely of women, and they're of all races. I seen a black woman, I seen an Asian woman, I seen a Latino woman, I seen a Caucasian woman, and there was one more. I forgot to see what her race was. But he has a 5-woman transition team that is going to help him safely, effectively get into office. He got 57 days, y'all. 57 days before he got to get to office. Y'all got to protect that man at all costs. Because the orange one is mad as hell, baby. The orange one mad as hell about all the blue waves that was hitting across the nation. He came on there, did an all capital letter post on his True Social account saying the only reason why the blue wave happened was because he wasn't on the ballot. And because of the government shutdown, which is the first time he wasn't directly blaming the Democrats for the shutdown. Because if the Democrats were at fault for the shutdown, then you would think that they would be the ones that was losing because people didn't support them right now. So you know it was the Republicans that are responsible for the damn shutdown. But that's the reason why he claimed that the blue wave happened if he was on the ballot. Now Mike Johnson just came out and said in 2026 he will be on the ballot. No, he's not. Stop your lies. 2026 is midterms. But he's telling people that if they don't vote Republican in the midterms, that they're going to lose their democracy, they're going to lose their freedoms, they're going to set us back. All the progress that has been made. What fucking progress has been made? You got ICE up here snatching motherfuckers off the street and killing them. There was this man, oh God, what city was out? It was Illinois. 53-year-old, I forgot his name because he wasn't part of my notes, that was snatched up by perpetrators, because I can't even call them agents. They put this man in a chokehold. He was riding a bike to work. Snatched him off his bike by his neck, put him in a chokehold. And when you see the video that I saw, the man was red. He was red in the face. He said he couldn't breathe. The next scene that we show, he was dragged down onto the ground, halfway underneath the truck, where these quote unquote perpetrators, these kidnappers, was throwing blows to this man's face. He wasn't fighting back. He was trying to fucking breathe. Because again, they had their knee on his neck the same way they did George Floyd. Next time we saw this man, he was being wheeled away on a stretcher. They didn't have his body covered up, but I believe that man is dead. And the reason why I believe that man is dead, because he's disappeared. I'm going to put his name up on the community tab just to give respect to him and his name. Nobody knows where he's at. Nobody knows where he was taken to. There has been reports that these perpetrators, these kidnappers, are snatching women off the streets. They don't have no warrants. They don't have no badges, nothing like that. And they are snatching women off the streets, kidnapping them. Again, I told y'all before when it's back in February, that motherfucker was buying ICE uniforms and shit off of Amazon. But these motherfuckers ain't even in uniform. And they just snatching women up off the street. Ladies, carry protection. And if you don't do shit else, get some motherfucking DNA under your nails. Bite their ass, get the DNA in your teeth. Something. They just snatching up people left and right. They are specifically targeting women at this particular time. They have been targeting immigrants. Then they started targeting black people. They started targeting black youth. They've been hot on their ass, the black youth. And now they specifically targeting women. They are trying to create chaos. They are trying to create a war. And at some point, we're going to fight. But right now, the non-resistance, the non-combat, the non-violence is pissing them off. So they are trying to agitate us. They are trying to agitate us. I was talking about that. Okay, let me go back here. So, the orange one is also stating that he will not fund the SNAP benefits from the $5 million emergency fund that the judge ordered him to do. The judge says that regardless if it fully funds the SNAP benefits or not, you need to use that money. That's what the judge ordered. After that order came down, the orange one posted on his Truth Social, he don't give a fuck what she say. He ain't giving shit to them. Well, the DOJ had to appear in court in front of her, and they said, yes, he is. He is going to give it to him. I don't believe that he is, because I believe that money is already gone. I told y'all this is one of the biggest money heists in America, and I believe that they already took that money. That's why he can't fund the benefits. And he claimed that when he agreed to do it, or when the judge said for it to happen, he said he was only going to fund half of it. He was only going to use half the money. I don't even think the half is there. The same thing that happened back in February when Elon Musk was still fucking up the country. $80 million disappeared from New York's comptroller office. They had $80 million that was allocated in federal funds for New York. And that money came up missing. It was taken back. That's what happened. It was taken back. Which, once it's allocated, they are not supposed to reverse those funds. But the orange one reversed the funds, canceled it. And now nobody knows where that 80 million went. Trust me, that's what happened with that 5 billion. Can't make me believe otherwise. Can't make me believe otherwise. With the Mamdani win, Andrew Cuomo had stated that he was going to leave New York if Mamdani won the election. Now, a lot of New Yorkers are waiting for the U-Haul to pull up. Like, what's taking so fucking long? Us Floridians are saying, don't come here. Because we flipping shit blue over here too. Don't bring your bitch ass here. Go on to Texas. Go on down there with your buddy Greg Abbott. Go on down there. Don't bring your shit here. But just as of last night, Cuomo came out and said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to still run the city of New York. I'm going to run it as an independent. You can't run shit, homie. You can't run shit, homie. You are not in charge. Y'all protect Zohran for these next 57 days. Like, he really slapped him in the fucking face with his victory speech, boy. You know, he called out the current administration. But one of the things that probably flew over people's head is that the way he ended it in two different ways, which was hilarious to me. One, he ended it leaving out on Ja Rule. That was directly a dig at 50 Cent. 50 Cent has been down there trying to tear up Mamdani since he won the primaries. 50 Cent don't even live in New York any further. He's no longer a citizen of New York. He is a registered citizen of Texas now. Houston, to be exact. However, he's had a lot to say about New York because that's where he grew up. You know, that's what he called home. So he has been like dogging Mamdani since the primaries, okay? So Mamdani announced that he wanted to come out on his win to Ja Rule because he know that Ja Rule and 50 Cent can't stand each other. Well, Mamdani won. So when he was leaving out of his victory speech, he walked out to Ja Rule. That was his way of saying, fuck you, 50. Fuck you, 50. Okay? Next, he ended with a quote that he said a man once said, something about poetry and politics, and how they gotta step up their prose now. Prose is in reference to poetry. How they gotta step that shit up, okay? Well, the person that he quoted was Andrew Cuomo Daddy. Early in the speech, he said that he wasn't gonna say Andrew Cuomo anymore, gonna say his name anymore after tonight. But he ended that speech quoting Andrew Cuomo Daddy. That was a dig in his face. Most people wouldn't know that, but Andrew would. Andrew knew. He know who the person that said that, unless his daddy stole it from somebody else. But he know who the person was who said it. But since Andrew Cuomo claims that he's going to be running the city as an independent now, Zohran might have to eat his words about not saying that motherfucker's name again. Where am I going? Okay, where am I at? First of all, let me get on this highway. Okay, let's go next. Oh, last statement. So, Christy Dorm, Cash Patel, Stephen Miller, and a lot of the other MAGA bigwigs are now hiding out on military bases. They have moved themselves into base housing. Never before in the history that I can think of has politicians moved themselves onto military bases. Now that some of them, they have stayed on military bases before, but actually physically moved, they have displaced military members in order for them to take up base housing. And because of their level of security, the houses around them cannot be occupied. So again, that means that military members who are eligible for base housing is being stripped of it because they can't stay where these motherfuckers are staying. Why are they moving on the military bases? Why are they milling on military bases? This reminds me of, what is that, the movie 2012? When the government was preparing for people to survive and they had built a bunker or a blimp or whatever, and they had to get only certain people on that bunker or that blimp to protect them. Or you see the president going down to the bunker so he could be safe while the rest of the world disintegrates. That's what this reminds me of. And I believe that they are planning an attack. Now we got 2 attacks that we are aware of. They're still planning to attack Venezuela. Colombia may be part of that attack, so that's all a joint venture there. But now, just as of this morning, I've learned, well, actually, the mention of him attacking the African country of Nigeria, I heard him bring up earlier this week. But just of this morning, 3 hours ago, the orange one, along with the military, has written out a plan of attack on Nigeria that they are calling an intervention. Pete Hegseth and the orange one claim that there are Christians being prosecuted over in Nigeria, and they, Team America, is going to go in and save these good Christians from persecution. So they're drawing up a plan of attack on the country of Nigeria. Now, I say this to all 54 African nations: come together and whoop they fucking ass. Run them out of Africa. They won't give y'all a seat at the UN any damn way. Y'all got 2 people in the UN that represents 54 fucking countries on the continent of Africa, and they don't even have voting rights. So I need y'all to turn the fuck up if the orange fucker brings his ass over to Nigeria on some bullshit. So 3 hours ago, like I said, he's playing this and it's in the news. They already are pulling troops out of Romania. They claim that they are pulling troops out of Romania in order to protect the homeland, which is us, these United States. What are they pulling troops out of Romania to protect? What in the homeland are they fighting against? It has to be us. It has to be the Dems. It has to be the Dems that they claim they're going to be fighting against. Am I doing 70 miles an hour? I think so, because it's the police rolling up on my black ass. Okay, good. I got down to the speed limit just in time. So that's the only thing that could make sense to me, is that they are planning an attack on U.S. soil. For Romanian troops, for troops that were over in Romania, to be pulled out of Romania to protect the homeland. Also, he stated that he wants to prepare them for future war against China. So he's planning to attack China as well. I think he only said that out his mouth so China could respond. I think it was only said in order for China to respond. He's hoping that China would be like, I'm gonna get you first. I'm gonna get you, sucker. They are trying to egg on people. They want somebody to strike us so they could justify striking back. Because if there is war with the United States, there will be no elections. They will pause any elections. That means that midterms won't fucking happen. So, once they pull these troops out of Romania, though, one of the key things to know is that the state that the United States was in, as far as position in Europe, prior to Russia invading Ukraine, once they pull troops out of Romania, this is going to destabilize that area and set us back to prior to Russia attacking Ukraine. The infrastructure that has been built by the U.S. military over in Romania will crumble. Crazy shit. My good news I'm going to end on, I guess. Am I almost there? I ain't almost there yet. My sinuses just clogged up on me. The good news that I'm going to end on is that votes are still coming in. And we're seeing more and more cities flip. Mississippi flips some seats, y'all. Orlando flips some seats blue, y'all. We now, out of 50 states, have 14 women governors. And so many women as mayors. Black women, too. And I think what that says is that people are starting to listen to black women. At least the ones that are on the right side of justice, the right side of democracy. They're starting to really tune in. And when I talked about yesterday about how the city of Los Angeles had nearly 2 million people show up to vote on Prop 50, statewide there were over 11 million people who showed up to vote. Whether they voted yes or voted no, they showed up to vote. This special election season has been so historical in so many ways, and it does a sister proud. It does me proud, child. I don't think I have anything else for you other than TV channel news or movie news. I started Westerns this month. I was in the mood for Westerns. Tuesday night we watched The Harder They Fall. I hadn't seen that movie since it came out. It is just as good as it was when it came out. Love, love, love it. This coming up Tuesday, I will be doing Mario Van Peebles' movie, Posse. I remember when that came out, that I love that movie. It got such a low score on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it was like 5 out of 10 or something like that. I loved Posse when I saw it. It came out in 1993. So let's see if I love it again. I'll be watching that Tuesday, beginning 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following Tuesday, Mario Van Peebles came out with another Posse Outlaw. Different storyline, different characters and everything. Even set in a different time. It's a 2024 movie. Whoopi Goldberg is in it. Cedric the Entertainer is in it. I don't remember it ever hitting the shelves in the movie theaters. I want to see it. However, every platform that I looked at, I have to pay to watch it. I pay for all these fucking streaming services already. I'm not going to pay you more money to watch something that I'm already paying for. You know what I'm saying? I'm already paying for you for your streaming service. Why not got to now pay separate for a movie that's on your streaming service? I'm not doing it. So if I can't find it streaming for free within 2 weeks, I will be switching over to this movie called Gang of Roses. It's about 5 women who are vigilante cowboys or cowgirls. Starring Lisa Ray, Monica Calhoun, and Little Kim. This movie, I want to say, came out 2015. Or that may be 2021. 2021, I think. Yeah, that's the one in 2021. Came out 2021. It looked cheesy as hell, and I don't care. I'm going to watch it and try to enjoy it the best as possible. Bobby Brown is in it. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie, y'all. I'm gonna watch this movie. That's gonna be the 3rd Tuesday of this month. And for the last Tuesday of this month, I will be watching Hateful Eight. That was the movie I was trying to figure out that Samuel Jackson was a cowboy in. A lot of people were saying Django. I don't want to see Django. I didn't never want to see Django. I want to see movies about badass cowboys, ones who like, I know Jamie was supposed to be a badass cowboy, but it was mainly dealing with slavery. I don't want to see that. I want to see him taking on the man. However, in Harder They Fall, it was 2 teams going up against each other. And I love the fact that they took the legendary cowboy lore and put them all in 2 separate gangs going against each other. I still love that. I still love that. They were acting their ass off in that movie. And the soundtrack was awesome. Okay? The soundtrack was awesome. Me and C. Dickerson watched it. It was awesome as hell. I think I might want to be in this lane till we get down the street. Oh, I need to get my ID out. Need my ID to go on to the hospital campus. And my ID is nowhere to be seen. The fuck? Why is my ID not in there? When did I last use my ID? There you go. So I'll be down here like 3 hours. I got therapy. Then I gotta go to sleep clinic. And then every time I go to the sleep clinic, I have a sinus build up. My sinus has been draining all day. I need to get over it. Come on, drive. I hate people like you. I really hate people like you. Make your fucking mind up, bitch. First of all, she didn't want to let me over. It was all kind of space, so when I speed up, she sped up. Slow down, she slowed down. So we get over into the turn lanes, and this bitch just tried to, she in that fucking turn lane, this bitch just tried to hop her motherfucking ass over in front of me. Fuck out of here. Stay in your lane. So anywho, what y'all doing? Oh, I didn't even know that was a road. So, yeah, those are the 4 movies. If y'all got anything, I don't even know why I ask y'all if y'all got anything y'all want to see, because y'all don't never suggest anything. So I'm probably gonna try to find a series to watch also, but I'm not gonna do like I did the last 2 weeks of October, because baby, I was watching movies every day or a TV show every day. Nigga was tired. On top of the fact that I wasn't just tired, I was having bad dreams because of the shows I was watching. Good morning.
Thank you.
All right. Find somewhere to park in this garage, this G-Raj. And then after I do the sleep clinic, I gotta go do some lab work. Still trying to get a good guesstimation on when I'll be able to get my surgery done. Yeah, so I gotta check my numbers like every 90 days. All right, y'all. I'm at the VA hospital. I got 5 minutes to get to my destination. First, I gotta find somewhere to park. But thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. If I'm still on my road to 5,000 subscribers. At 3,448. I've been at 3,448 since I started this the road to 5,000. It hasn't increased, but I'm just gonna do it for the whole month of November and see how it goes. All right. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.